Yeah,
Hey.
first full episode.
Woo!
Woo. If you if you can't read in the little corners, I'm Jen.
And I'm Bre.
Jen and Bre.
Troy and Abbott in the morning. It says for me it's still going. No! It's just me. Oh god. This is so bad. No.
It made me refresh. It made me refresh.
Oh my god.
It's okay. That's what
That was when you left. I was like,
I heard you.
no,
I don't know if I saved that first part, so we're just gonna redo that again.
no.
Well, while she's sipping her water, it's our first episode.
Woo!
Woo! So I'm Jen.
And
She's not
I'm
as
Bre.
movement as me.
I'm tired. I am very sleep deprived right now.
But our first episode we felt was appropriate. We're Valentine's Daying it. I even got candy for the occasion. Sponsored by Bridgerton.
I don't I don't have candy, but I have a
Ooh,
candle.
what's that?
Banana nut bread. It smells so good. Smells very good. And you can get this at your local
We're there every
Walmart.
day. Lexi, what are you doing? Walmart? Oh, me too.
No, I'm usually at Meyer.
I don't have that where I am, so I'm very deprived.
Well, I don't feel like making the drive to
It's
Walmart.
okay. What we are going to discuss today, we thought was cool for Valentine's Day, celebrity crushes. I'm rocking Mrs. Steve Harrington.
And I'm rocking
So
Eddie
we got our
Izzard.
Stranger Thing crushes. We got a Joe and a Joe.
Two Joes in a pod.
But where did it all begin for us? I know for me, my first was Michael Jordan and Space Jam.
Okay, but that's not even
It's for
embarrassing.
me.
Girl, just wait till we get to mine. We know mine is
What's yours?
embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Okay.
I'm intrigued.
Let's wander back to the realms of, circa 2007,
Teenager.
2008.
Teenager.
I was like I was like a very small child. I was like 3, 4 years old. Um and let's venture on to Playhouse Disney. There was a little show called The Doodle Bops, and if you think I'm gonna say Mo Doodle because of all the thirst traps that have been going around, like, let's talk about 2023 and early 2024, where that's all I saw on TikTok. No, it wasn't Mo Doodle. It was Rooney Doodle. But hear me out. That's where I knew I had a thing for guitar
Was
players,
he
and
was he the blue guy? I didn't watch the Doodle Bops.
yeah, yeah, he was the blue
With the
one.
bop head?
Yes. I think I found my type at an early age. 3 and 4 years old, and I already found my type.
I'm gonna have to Google the Doodle Bops later because I was a teenager when they were a thing. I
Girl.
think after Michael Jordan, it progressed because of the late 90s, the boy bands were blowing up more. So it did progress into Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys. I was very much a Nick girl. So,
This is very off topic, and this is for Jen, but I know this is going on YouTube too. So if you don't remember, you get a refresher. Uh, yeah, that's Rooney.
we're gonna, we're,
Listen, I was 4. I was
I'm going to do a
4.
picture of Rudy and Eddie and put it on there saying Bre's head.
Well, it's like I mean, obviously he's not my crush anymore. I don't find like any attraction to him anymore. But like at the time, like 3, 4 year old Brie was like, damn, that's hot. I didn't even know
And
what
I mean,
hot was.
it is
That was like
appropriate
heaven
because
to me.
you have met Joseph Quinn, so you at least got to meet one of the crushes.
I did.
Here,
I
here's
did.
where I would put
Back
my
in
Joseph
2023.
photo if he didn't have to cancel the 2 days, the day I was there.
Listen, I'm gonna pull a Drew McIntyre. Literally, Friday, that Friday, like as we all know, if you were going or if you were following up with it, there was issues with the embassy, so they were like, we don't know if he's gonna
I was
make
very
it.
tense that day.
And
Very
then,
tense.
listen, I was on the way like to my friend's house because she picked me up because you remember the girl I was talking about. Um. Like we saw it and we were at a red light, like we stopped just in time to just be like, "What?" So then they said, wouldn't be there Friday. Then it said wouldn't be there Saturday. When we got back to our house, they said he'll be coming Sunday, and I screamed because that's when we were going.
I cried.
And
I was leaving Saturday
ah,
right after the con. We left on a 4 hour journey home, and but I did get to meet another celebrity crush though. So circa 2005, Hayden Christensen explodes on my screen. So I did get to meet him for the first time, and yes, I've met this man 3 times, but the first time, because I was still obviously devastated over Joseph. So I'm going to hate it. And, he looks at you, he hugs you, and I'm just like, I'm gonna. I left there crying. So actually, celebrity crushes, meeting them can actually lead into meeting a future best friend, because that's actually how Brie and I met, was after
yeah, we
leaving
did.
Hated in tears.
Yeah, I was literally me and my friends that I went with at the time. Um, Yeah, we just got to the hotel after a 6 hour journey from where we live to Philadelphia. Um, we got to the hotel and we were like, let's just explore the city. And then, we just walked past the con center. Like, we are like, oh, it's right there. And then, there was an ice cream truck. I didn't get ice cream that day. I'm so sad. I'm depressed about it. But you know, next thing next thing I know, like, one of Jen's friends is talking to my friend saying that she likes her hoodie. I look up because like I'm not paying attention. I'm like, is this real life? Am I meeting Joseph Quinn tomorrow? And then I look up, I see Jen, and she has this Maleficent shirt on, and like, it was a really nice shirt. I really liked it, and I do like Maleficent. So I was like, hey, I like your shirt.
And I was like, thanks. And then I just went by,
And Jen's response
thanks. And
was,
I just went on talking to my friends about Hated. Like, oh, after they didn't hear it 5 times already from me walking out the door crying, like, you said it was pretty. So, yes. Got to rewind back here. So Nick Carter was my second after Michael Jordan. Just, boy bands. And then the music video for Quit Playing Games with My Heart. 8-year-old me is just watching him just getting rained on. Like, what am I feeling? Am I supposed to feel this at this age?
what is this feeling? So sorry, I knew.
But here's the catcher. They threw his brother out there, Aaron Carter. If anyone remembers early 2000s Aaron Carter, I was like, this one's more around my age. Bye, Nick. And do you remember when celebrities would have like email addresses that would go to like a fan club thing or something? So I
Yeah.
tried to email Aaron Carter once, and I didn't know the proper ways of doing an email then. I'm a child. So I put in his email address too. We it was a family computer at the time, and I didn't know for CC what that meant. So I put in my email address again. So needless to say, my dad, because the email came back around, saw my email and asked me who's Aaron Carter and why my email. So rest in peace, Aaron Carter. I'm sorry you never got my email. It was very nice.
Oh God, do I want to talk about my second celebrity
Yeah,
crush, like ever? It's like it's so cliche because who didn't have a crush on this person at this time? Let's go back to 2009. I'm 5. There's this new tween heartthrob that comes out. If you know who I'm thinking about and talking about. And you had a crush on him too. We're on the same page. I had this really big thing for
I
Justin
did not like
Bieber.
Justin Bieber actually. He did not do it for me.
Listen, I had a huge thing for Justin Bieber. Like, I had the backpack, the lunchbox, and I didn't even pack a lunch to school. I ate school lunch. I had the pencil case. I had the
Nope,
comforter.
I was never ever a Justin Bieber girl, and I'm still not. I'm sorry, I still don't think he's that good.
I mean, I fell out of it.
I was never a One
Like,
Direction girl either. Sorry. Nope. Nope. But you want to know
uh,
who
I
did do it
was.
for me in my teens? And this also kind of leads to the men I probably like now. Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy. When From Under the Cork Tree came out, he was my biggest teenage crush
Understandable.
at that time.
Very
And then he
understandable.
got with Ashley Simpson, and I remember sitting in geography class in junior high being mad. And then I think a year later, they got divorced, and I was like, yes.
That's funny. Oh, who is after Justin Bieber? There's several, but like I'm only gonna do the big ones. Listen, in my mind, I was like, everyone can be my boyfriend, my fictional imaginary
Delululand.
man. What child didn't think that? Yeah, I was in Lululand. I was in Galululand before Galululand was a thing. um,
Didn't you also have a crush on James from Big Time Rush?
yes.
I started with
Uh,
James, and the more I watched it, the more I fell for Kendall. I became a Kendall girl.
lis- listen, it started with Kendall, but then I went more for James.
Ooh,
And like that's like
we had the
very cliche
opposite.
because everybody likes James. Like everybody likes James.
Gustavo Rob
Like
did it.
I'm not mad at that. Like what? Listen, James reminded him of Matthew McConaughey and he hated it. I loved it.
Shout out to Steven,
Like he was
if you ever see it.
like love him. Icon. But it's like for me, like James, like he was like so funny, and it's like his dumb moments. They were so like it was like a stupid funny. Yeah, like Bandana Man. Like I literally.
I
Oh
think the
my
one
god.
funniest moment for James, though, is when him and I can't remember the other guy's name that he competed with to be a heartthrob that was on this other show with. Yes,
Jet Stenson.
and they're dressed up and they're in drag and they're dressed up as girls and he looks at James going, "I'm prettier than you," and he goes, "No, you're not," and the elevator door just
No,
shut.
you're not. No, because I was literally watching that episode like the other night, and I was
And I think my
crying.
favorite blooper of
I
them would have to be where they moved to like what Bel Air and there's like a tiger or something in the backyard that they got trapped in and he goes, "Why do I have to be so delicious?" And Kendall's just losing it in the back.
My only thing about Big Time Rush though, like what did Fabio have anything to do with the plot? What
We
does Fabio have
we
to
want to
do with
talk about
anything?
celebrity crushes. Back in the day, I didn't have one, but I just remember him on the cover of every romance novel, walking down a Kmart book section.
I do too. But here's the thing. At the time, I didn't know he was a real person, so it's like I googled him and I was like,
He's real.
he's not just made up for the show. Fabio is real. So I asked my mom and she was like, we don't talk about it. I'm like, okay, alright. Next.
I'm trying to think who. Oh, Chris Pratt. The more I got into my 20s, Chris Pratt was doing it for me. Like we're talking like Parks and Rec Chris Pratt before Guardians of the Galaxy came out.
I think now that I'm done with my childhood, I can go into my teens because there's. I'm only turning 21 in June, so there's not too far to
Then there's
go.
me who's got a good chunk
Um,
of time.
I mean, like there was a lot of celebrity crushes that I had from like my childhood to like now. Um, but like if that's too much to say. Um, I think maybe in like my early teens. Trying to think. Mm, oh my god. Please tell me you remember who Mike Vitar is.
No,
Oh, Benny from The
I never
Sandlot.
watched The Sandlot.
Who are
Jen.
we? I feel like everyone has seen The Sandlot at least once in their
If
lives.
I
Okay,
watched
so
it, it was probably back in the 90s, and I don't have a memory of it.
so okay, so this was like in 8th grade, so I'm like 13. Um, so usually at my school, like, half the time we would do stuff for like the entire building. So we would go to the high school because, the high school always has a big auditorium. So they were like, everyone that passed their um like their state exams, we would go to the movie theater, the auditorium. I
The
mean, I
movie
guess
theater in
like,
the
you
school.
could call it that. I mean, I guess you could call it that because, we had like the big pull down thing and like the big projector in the back. But basically like yeah, so like a good majority of us passed our state exams. I was one of them, even though I am not the smartest. Somehow I got into honors classes all through high school, but um so yeah, so they put on the Sandlot for like the movie because and it was also towards the end of the year, so it was like, you know. So like we're in there like and then the opening scene happens and then right after that it's that scene where they're playing baseball at school and like all you see is Benny up the frame and I'm just like, who is this man? Who is this cubing man? He's hot. I said that too. I was sitting next to my best friend at the time. I was like, oh my god, there's a moving cat behind
You know
me.
who I said that about though? In my middle school was showing a movie. Gerard Butler as Phantom of the Opera, because we had to study that musical in sixth grade, and the movie was coming out, obviously. And I remember we watched it in the movie theater auditorium, and
The movie
that's what
theater
we're calling it now.
auditorium.
And then he comes on screen as he's like taking Christine, and just like me and some of the other girls were like, What? He's hot? We thought the Phantom was supposed to be this disformed thing because if you know the musical, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Obviously, he's got one good side of his face, but they're like, no, we want you to be on Team Phantom. Forget about Raoul. No, Raoul in the movie, I'm sorry. I would have been Team Phantom.
Oh, where do I go from Mike Vitar? No, because listen, if you knew me back in like 2020, like when the pandemic hit, like even like a little before then, oh my god, that's what my page originally was. It was a Mike Vitar page.
So this was before Michael
Um,
Jackson.
no, this was
Oh,
after.
okay.
Listen, Michael is still an ongoing thing. What are you talking about?
Oh,
What are you
y-
talking about? That
you're
page
forgetting about
survived.
someone very important. You're Tommy Felton.
I was about to get there. I was about to get there. Oh my god, like, listen. Tom Felton. So, back during the pandemic, because what can you do when you're sitting inside your house for like what was supposed to be 2 weeks ended up being months?
I'm not gonna answer that one because you
Shut
know
up.
what I did.
I know what you did, and we're not going to talk about that. We're keeping this PG. So, what can you do? So, I'm just like going through movies and I'm like I used to be really big into Harry Potter when I was like a kid. Like I in second grade I read every single book.
I'm so old. I remember when the first book came out.
I was 5 years old when Deathly Hollows Part 2 came out. No, Half Blood Prince came
The
out.
film or the book?
No, I was 5. The film.
I just got new gray hair, guys. I felt it springing out.
Well, sorry if you didn't know I was born in '04. I'm in early 2000s, baby. Well, I'm on the cusp of early and mid, but I reached the early deadline. Um, listen. So I'm like scrolling through and I see like all the Harry Potter movies on Peacock before they, decided to, switch over to Max and then back to Peacock and then back to Max and before all that happened it was mainly on Peacock. So, I'm just like, "Oh, I haven't seen these movies in a while because the last time I saw a Harry Potter movie was when I want to say Deathly Hollows Part 1 came out in like 2010, 2011.
I remember going to the midnight premiere of Goblet of Fire, and I had a coat that was like Harry's when he competed with like the dragons, and it said Potter on the back and everything.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
wore
mean,
my Harry Potter shirt, and I wish I still had this. But it was Harry sitting from the Yule Ball by himself, like they just cropped Ron out, and it had like little plant leaves underneath, and it just said Harry.
but but anyway, like I just wanted to like re-immerse myself into it. I was like, it's been a while. Um, so I watch it, see baby Draco. I'm like, aww. And then, second movie, he's slightly bigger. Aww. Third movie, God. Ooh. Fourth movie,
Calm it
whew.
down, calm it down.
Order of the Phoenix, Lord. And I think, I think, I think this happens with like most of us, whether it be Prisoner of Azkaban or Half Blood Prince. Half Blood Prince set it off for me.
You know what? For Daniel Radcliffe, for me, it was actually Goblet of Fire, and given my other track record of men, apparently I kind of like them with a little longer hair.
Listen, why did every single boy, not including Cedric,
Oh, had the shaggy
have
hair.
have extra long hair?
I don't know,
Yes.
but it was working for Fred and George. If you didn't have a crush on one of the Weasley twins or both, what were you doing during the Harry Potter time?
I was too busy focusing on Draco.
I've seen a lot of, I don't know about you, thirst traps for Hagrid on TikTok. Yeah, there's Hagrid. If you look hard
What?
enough, there are Hagrid thirst traps.
It's already bad enough I see the Snape thirst traps.
Well, it's Alan Rickman, but
But
yeah,
like,
Hagrid does exist. Hagrid thirst traps exist.
there's also Dumbledore ones that exist, and I am
Well,
not
which Dumbledore? The one from the
proud to
first two,
see
or
them.
from three to like the very last one?
The ones of Dumbledore? Did you say the ones of Dumbledore or the
Hmm.
ones of Hagrid?
Dumbledore. Which Dumbledore are you talking about? The one from the first two films, or from like Prisoner of Azkaban?
Which
Okay,
three on? Three on.
they thought they could fool us by switching the Dumbledores.
Nah, because when I rewatched it, I was like, that's not the same one.
I had someone in my head we were talking about that, and the long Harry Potter, Twilight came out too, and I was Team Edward it for the books because I did read the books for the movie. Fast forward to New Moon. Man, did I hop over to Team Jacob the moment that shirt went whoosh. So Taylor Lautner used to cover my room as a teenager.
Listen, listen. I was Team Edward all the way until I saw Carlisle in New Moon.
Which leads us to
Like,
back to meeting Celeb Crushers because we did get to meet Peter. We did get to meet him at GalaxyCon. Bree didn't know we were going to meet him. I
really?
was like, do you want to meet Peter? Like, do you want to do this? As I'm in line for Weird Al. She goes, well, yeah, it would be nice. And then next thing she knows, I'm at the ATM and I was like, we're going to meet Peter.
And then did the same thing to
Yes, we did meet
Kellen.
Kellen too. The man had the world's coziest sweater on.
And he gives the best
I
hugs.
cannot wait to meet them again in June at the Sci-Fi Valley Con because, oh my God, his name escaped my mind now. Jasper. I know that's not his real name, but he will be there.
Oh my god, what is his name?
Jackson something. I can
I
picture.
was like, I think it's like
We're gonna get
Jackson
so many nasty
something.
comments right now. I can picture who it is. I just can't pronounce things very well. I'm very excited to meet Peter and Kellen again. I'd be like, remember me? Probably not, but it's okay. And I also got to meet another celebrity crush at that time. Um, like from 2007, Jamie. Bree witnessed that with me because I was a very high nervous wreck. Didn't know what to say, and I was like, "Do I look okay?" Like, wasn't I shaking? I'm pretty sure I was shaking a little.
Oh, you were a shaking mess, but side topic. Jasper Hale, not Jasper Hale. Oh my God! Wait. Jackson
Yes, that's
Rathbone.
it. I knew it was Jackson, but I didn't want to like butcher his last name. Yes, so I was a very shaking mess for
The
Jamie
way I
because he was in Twilight too, but my love for him came in Sweeney Todd when that first came out. Actually, I won't lie. I sort of giggled like in the movie theater hearing that because if you know Sweeney Todd, I'm sorry, but it's a creeper song in my opinion. I know he's expressing feelings. I'm like, dude, you just saw this girl in the window 5 seconds ago, and now you're singing about you want to feel her and do all this. So I did have that in mind when I was talking to Jamie, because I want to be like, I giggled at you in the movie theater because you sang like the world's creeper song ever. But I refrained. And MegaCon is going on this weekend, and shout out to anyone who is there meeting Joseph and Jamie right now. I hope you guys have the greatest time. Live my dream for Joseph still.
Have fun.
But if you believe,
Be
yes, but if
respectful.
you
Be respectful. Yeah. Listen, I gotta believe harder than I believe in Joe Hendry for that. Boy, do I have a lot. Uh, mine developed from the age of 4. I mean, okay, come on. Come on now. I'm gonna be so real. I did have like a small crush on John Cena for a little bit. You know, I mean, hey, what can you do? Um, that crush is not there anymore. I also had a really huge crush on, and I still do, on Randy Orton. This next one, okay. Hi guys, how you doing? I really want to show you guys what's in this bag. What do I have here?
So
Hey, she's back.
hopefully I can combine.
I mean, for me it just keeps
It's
recording.
not for me, it's my connection. So I
Oh,
didn't know if that thing was going to be on the screen for a while. So I was like, hopefully I can combine two things together. We're going to find out. But anyways, start off with the wrestling. The last thing I got to hear you do was John Cena.
okay. So, I mean, John Cena, circa 2008, good stuff. Um, I also had a really huge crush, and I still do. Randy Orton. I mean, come on, come on.
Randy or anyone else connected to Randy, where he at? Where is he at? He needs to come back.
Right, like a good woman once said, Tony wrestling on TikTok, PTO's over. We need you. We need you back.
We did not hear voices at the Royal
Um,
Rumble, and we were sad. She
I
did.
cried.
True story, because we were on FaceTime.
I genuinely. Yeah. I mean, we got Joe Hendry, but I still cried.
If Finn can come back from that street fight, Randy can come
If Logan Paul can show up when no one wants him, Randy can come back. They should have replaced Logan
back.
with Randy for number 30. That pop would have been
It would.
wild
But
because he's been gone for like what, three,
I
four
think
months now.
so. And I cried finally when my Pookie Damien Priest came out. I was just like, yes, about time.
But this next one, it's been going on for a while. It died down. It started, it died down, and then the spark came
I'm only smiling
again.
because I got this
And
for her.
yeah, fortunately, she went to a super show that this person was at, and she got me a poster with him on it and his autograph. I'll give you 2 seconds to figure out who it is. If
Whoa.
you said Cody Rhodes, you're correct. If you said Cody Rhodes, you are correct. Listen,
If you said LA Knight,
I have been there
wrong
through.
Brie. Wrong Brie.
Yeah, you want to find the LA Knight girl. At this point, call me the Cody Rhodes girl. At this
I
point,
love how she still keeps
you
it in
know.
the bag that I mailed it to her in.
Well, because I kind of want to frame the bag too, but I need to find a frame first before I take it out of the bag because I don't want to ruin it. But no, like I've been with Cody since the debut. Dashing Cody Rhodes, undashing Cody Rhodes, Stardust,
How does Stardust go
and all
again?
the way up till
You can do it better than me. I just wanted to get her to do it.
does a cartwheel, boom, boom. I want the gloves. I used to
I
have
just
them.
wanted to get her to do it. For those listening, they're like, I don't know
Well,
what she's doing, but it's okay.
if you know the Stardust hand motion,
Most of them probably will not.
he recently used it to taunt. I mean, it's kind of a recent thing too because back at Backlash, in France during that I Quit match with AJ Styles. I think it was Backlash. It might be Clash at the Castle at
Yeah,
the
because
time.
AJ was at
But
Super
one
Show.
of the two. Okay. So it was one of the two, but my wrestling people will know what I'm talking about. That taunt, because AJ did it to taunt Cody. So during the I Quit match, Cody was like, no one can do it better than the original. Even though he denies being Stardust, he never says he confirmed being Stardust, but we all know he was. But been with him since then and all the way up to the American Nightmare. So where he is now. And he was in AEW. I didn't get a chance to see him in or watch New Japan. But, you know, he's been with me for a while. So, it's kind of like anything that he does is kind of like sentimental to me.
It's true.
Like same thing
It's
with John
true.
Cena. Anything they do
You know how many
is
reels
very
I get
sentimental.
from her on Cody Rhodes and Randy?
Like those are my big three: Cody, Randy, and John. And anything that they do is very, very sentimental to me. Um, Jen has proof of me
Yes.
crying over WrestleMania last year, like hysterically
And I had,
sobbing.
so I'm just like, oh, like she's calling and yelling, he finished the story. Mascara's running, snot's running. And I'm like, who? She goes, Cody. I'm like, who's
Well, Snot
Cody?
wasn't running. I was just sobbing. But yeah, and oh,
Correct me if I'm wrong,
my
but
final.
didn't you also have a thing when
Huh?
he was alive for Eddie Guerrero?
No,
Your
that was
mom?
my
Okay, I
mom.
knew one of you two did.
Yeah, she was the one that had a thing for Eddie Guerrero and Razor Ramon, which got me into Razor Ramon.
Oh, and she still loves her Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Oh, she still loves Stone
Fun
Cold.
facts about Bree's mom randomly. Those are her celebrity
Yeah,
crushes.
fun fact. Well, there got her celebrity crushes. Well, Razor Ramon was, and Eddie Guerrero. Um, and she's a very, very avid fan of AJ Styles. Like those are her
I
big
don't
ones.
understand AJ. If you've ever seen AJ Styles, I don't get it. Even at Super Show, I didn't get it.
Well, like that's a thing. When you're new to something, you really don't
I still don't
understand it.
understand it for with AJ. When he came back at the Royal Rumble, I was like, oh, you again.
Well, you got to go back to the beginning, like when he debuted. Then you'll get it. Which I don't think he debuted that long. I think it was like 2015,
Don't ask me.
2014 through 16. I'm somewhere around then. Like someone can fact check me. Um, but my last well, wrestling crush. We all know her. We all love her. Uh, she got her title back and defended it successfully. Misery Ripley.
If you don't have brutality playing in your head, then like me at least, then and that's a true statement because every time Rhea's on, she goes,
Listen,
wait till I go to
listen,
Raw in Buffalo, and if mommy is there, either Bree's gonna get mad. One, I FaceTime her and don't film all this, or I film everything and don't FaceTime her.
I mean, I'm probably gonna be mad regardless because second opportunity missed.
Yep, they'll be back. They go to Cleveland a lot.
Second, like once a year.
You never know.
And I'm not driving 4 hours to Cincinnati or another 4 or 5 to Dayton. They go to Columbus maybe because that's only 2.5. But gotta convince someone.
Gotta convince the real crush. The real crush.
Yeah, gotta convince them.
So what are you doing for Valentine's Day, Bree? Or do you not know yet?
I don't know.
I'm working because I'm single as a Pringle.
Um, yeah, I genuinely don't know what we're doing.
And that's okay. That's okay. Just as long as it's not a last minute, let's try to get into here where there's a 5 hour wait.
Listen, I'll be like, just go take me to Taco
I had
Bell,
Taco Bell
get me
today.
a Baja Blast.
That was my lunch today.
No, because here's the thing: if we don't go to a restaurant, these are like one of the three options I want: Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, or or Cane's.
And I have none of those where I am. If we're gonna put like a little here, if you're like, why does Jen have this and Bree doesn't? So Jen's in PA next to the border of New York State, and you got Bree in Ohio near the border of PA. And it's
Yeah.
like a 4 hour
So,
distance between us.
which is kind of messed up.
I am like, oh, I am 4 hours from
I thought it would have
you.
been at least.
I am 4 hours from New York City, 4 hours from Philly.
I am 4.5 hours from you, 6 hours from Philly, and like 8 from New York. Well, 3, depending on where I
True.
go.
And have I ever drove to visit Bree because there's only a 4 hour distance one time for a convention, and it was during a snowstorm,
Nope.
and I'm like, I will never come see you in the winter again.
Yeah, that's the one thing about Ohio weather. It is, oh my God, beginning of winter is terrible. And here's the thing, it wasn't even officially winter yet. It was just the beginning of December,
True.
and it was that bad. Mind you, um, because I actually had to warn her. I actually had to warn her because I was on a road trip back from Mississippi. Um, yeah, we got caught in that snowstorm like on the way back, and then by the time we got to like Cincinnati, Columbus, like the closer we got back towards home, it was fine
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
because yeah, I mean, cause it's like they had their spots. They had their spots.
But I think,
So some spots are
but
better
I
than
think this was
others.
good though for celebrity crushes. I think we pretty much covered it.
I didn't even talk about this one when I was a wee
Oh
child.
yeah, I have to edit a little bit.
Mark!
I have child who emerged in my room, but we will talk about Mark real quick, and I'll find a way to edit it in.
I was gonna say, I didn't talk about this one from my childhood. Even though Saved by the Bell came out in the 90s.
I thought it came out in the late '80s.
Late 80s, early 90s. Well, here's the thing. It came out under a different name for like an episode or two, and then they changed it to Saved by the Bell.
Okay,
So,
I never watched it, so.
oh, it's good. It's funny. I think you'd like
But
it.
here's the thing, Bray, do you care if I give like the little backstory of how Mark came to be for that picture? So
Sure.
originally, I had bought Brie a ticket to meet Mario Lopez because he was supposed to go be there too. And second year in a row, Mario canceled. So I was like, well, switch it whoever you want. It's okay. It's your birthday gift. So she ended up switching it to Mark. As Brie says, Mark's rocking with us, or we're rocking with Mark.
Second year in a row I didn't meet
I'm
Mario.
I'm done with you, Mario Lopez. I tried, and you let me down, and you let my friend down.
I got a better memory. I got a better memory with Mark. Like it's the fact that it's like sometimes meeting like your celebrity crushes and it's like it depends on the day too at cons. Like we did it like the first day
Yeah, we did on Friday.
and it's like we had we had like a good maybe 5-10 minute conversation
Yeah,
and like we talked about like, what he did, and then it's like, like we just started talking about like whatever after that, because it's just like, there's no one in line, there was no one coming to the line, so like we just sat there and talked while we did selfies.
Yeah, that was until I was with another friend and we kind of accidentally embarrassed her.
Yeah, and then we gave each other a look like, and I'm like mentally, why? And then like I'm like looking at him, I'm just like with that same look, I'm just like, I didn't say it, but I mentally said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
Listen, I didn't think he was gonna hear us. I don't know who this person. Like, I knew who he was, but again, I never watched Saved by the Bell, so to me, it's like I know you, but I don't know you. But I think that pretty much. I don't know for you, Bree. That kind of wraps up at least a lot of my crushes.
That's it for me, unless somebody else just pops out. Oh wait, nope, there is one more. There is one more. If you ever seen the show Gimli Class or just like know who this man is, Benjamin Wadsworth, the crush is still there. I get hype every time he goes live on TikTok or Instagram or whatever.
I don't know who that.
And
In the words of Murray from season 4, still have no idea who that is.
oh my god, he is chef's
But
kiss.
I think that is a good spot for us for now. Thank you guys for either watching or listening to our first episode. And we hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day.
Yep. And if you don't hear from anybody else on Valentine's Day, we
Love
love
yous. I'll be your Valentine.
you. I would if I didn't have who says you can only have one Valentine?
Sure.
So I'll be your Valentine too.
But anyways, we hope you guys have a great one. In the words of Kurt Kunkel, peace out.
Bye.